Glenn Youngkin, who mimics Donald Trump every day, and a man that is out here working every day to make Virginia better, Terry McAuliffe. Governor, take it away.
Well, Madam Chair, thank you. And to all of you folks, thank you. Democratic Party of Virginia, our Central Committee, and all the great work that all of you have done. It is showtime. We are 38 days from Election Day. It's exciting. I do, as you know, probably 10, 15 events a day, 7 days a week. We got great crowds on our Canvas kickoffs. And I don't have to tell anyone on this call, big election, obviously, to win the governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general. We have got to keep the House of Delegates. Absolutely critical. I was there with the Republican legislature. No need going back to all that insanity. And I just remind all of you for the great work you've done. When you think 8 years ago when I was running, this state was the economy in utter chaos, lost jobs, huge budget deficits, the most anti-women, anti-gay, anti-environment, anti-immigrant, pro-gun legislation in the country. You know, we got to work. We stopped all their nonsense, kept all our women's clinics open, made the state open and welcome. We built a booming, thriving economy. I remind you, when I took office, I had to call a special session because of my predecessor's budget left a $2.4 billion hole. Still got to work, put $1 billion into education, and our economy skyrocketed. Unemployment, as you all know, went from 5.7 down to 3.3. Unemployment dropped in every city and county. So we had a great run. Ralph's continue on that. So the last 8 years truly have been sensational when you think about Virginia and the progress that we have made here. None of that would be possible without all of you and all the great work that you do. So I thank you for that. If you get a chance, as you know, I have 20 very serious plans up on how we're going to take Virginia to the next level and raising teacher pay above the national average, first time ever, and getting the 40,000 at-risk 3 and 4-year-olds, getting them access to pre-K. So we got some big issues that we have to deal with here in Virginia. We're doing great. We've made great progress. We're the best state for business. We're number 1 on higher ed, number 4 in K-12, but there's a lot of holes that need to be fixed. We need to raise up, and I want to see the minimum wage brought up to $15. I want paid sick leave. I want to see collective bargaining done here for the state. I want to see family medical leave. So a lot of things that we need to do, and I need a Democratic legislature to actually get it done. So thank you all for the work that you do. We got a big campaign going. As you know, I'm running against a private equity guy who has already put in 16. We heard a rumor he just put another 10 in. He's spending a lot of money, which is fine. We have been matching him or exceeding him on TV now for the last 5 weeks. We're spending over $1.5 million a week. We've been doing this now for quite a while. I think we're close to spending $30 million already. I mean, every record is shattered here this year because of the amount of money involved. But we got a huge coordinated going, spending $5 million more than we've ever spent on a coordinated campaign. We're making the call, knocking on the doors. I think we had 48,000 doors last weekend. We're going to knock on about 1.3 million in the month of October. So we all know what the issue is. It's turnout. Democrats, well, we've won everything. We got the White House, the U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, both chambers. I don't think I need to vote. Oh, Terry's going to win. I don't need to vote. I mean, we know all the things. So we've got to get enthusiasm up. I feel good when I'm out there with it. I mean, obviously, we do have some headwinds, Afghanistan, and a few other things, but that's fine. I'm very optimistic. I've spoken to the Speaker of the U.S. House and all the other folks involved. I've been in constant contact with the White House. I'm confident we are going to get that infrastructure bill done. I think we'll get both bills done. And I think we'll probably see that in the next week or two. And I think that will be very good, obviously, for the Democrats, important for our country. And the Texas abortion law, I think people have awoken and say, whoa, this really does matter. And, you know, he's been endorsed by Trump 4 times. He's trying to run the Trump playbook. His budget plan would cut 43,000 teachers here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. He's against a woman's right to choose. He's against gay marriage. He's against marriage and minimum wage. He's against family medical leave. So, you know, we just got to get the voters out. They got to understand it. We do it. We're going to win this election. I feel confident we're going to win. We got everybody on the playing field. We now have 75,000 signs have been delivered. So I hope everybody on this call has taken multiple signs. That's 50,000 more than I had in 2013. But it's always going to be a tight election. Cook Report says it's toss-up, which I've always said this was going to be close. I'm the only guy in 44 years to break the horrible curse. Who wins the White House, the other party wins the governor's mansion. And, you know, I had a long talk with Senator Warner last night. He reminded me of his race. in 2014, where he won by 16,000 votes out of 2 million votes cast. So, and we all remember the winner of the bowl taken out. So I just want to thank all of you. Good. We got everything, all hands on deck, and we're going to win this thing. We're going to keep this house in hollow, become the first African-American female lieutenant governor, and get Mark Herring in. And we are going to rock and roll Virginia to the next level. Got more energy today than the day I was born. So I'm ready to get in and get going in 38 days. Let's just hustle up, sleep when you're dead.
Thanks, Governor. And I think, isn't that a great way to get us fired up this morning, folks?
Yeah.
So door
You
knocking.
only live once, babe. Go get it. Go grab that ring.
Well, we are working hard for you. Every single person. If you look in the chat box here, if Jake has a chance, you can see all the enthusiasm in
Yep.
the exclamation points and what folks are doing.
And just remember, we got early vote too, as you know. So 45-day early vote. The early vote numbers strongly in favor for me today. We just got to get more people out early vote. And there's no reason people shouldn't vote with 45 days. And I tell everybody, and you have to too, go vote now. Because once you vote, then we take you off your list. So we're not wasting resources calling you, knocking on your door. The sooner you vote, the sooner we get to take you off the list, so we can spend our resources digging out those people that are hard to get to vote.
That you're exactly right. So thank you so much for being with
All right,
us.
thank you, everybody.
this
Let's
morning.
go.
A little
Take
bit.
some ass.
All
Oh.
right.
All right, thank you.
Okay, everybody. Just as a reminder, Sham just mentioned to me, just as a reminder, but I think everybody on here knows this is being live streamed. So for the future or whatever. So we just want to make a note of that, that complies with the rules of the party plan of open meeting. Now with, I'll loop back here just for a minute and ask, is our chair of the Veterans Caucus and our House candidate down there, in one of the great candidates we have down there in Southwest Virginia, Derek Kitts, on this morning?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Derek, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning? I don't know if Margot has her flag or not today.
Oh, absolutely, ma'am. Is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks so much. And Margot, that is really cool. You're our flag person now. Okay, I'm gonna move and ask that our amazing secretary, Isaac Sarver, call the roll.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And just as a reminder to our CD chairs, similar to how we've been handling this the past few virtual meetings, should be nothing new. When I call your name, we're just looking for any new members since the last meeting. And of course, as many brags as you wish to have on your specific congressional district. So without further ado, Matt Rowe from the 1st Congressional.
All right, good morning, everybody. From the 1st CD, home to Delegate Luke Torian and Delegate Joshua Cole. And a big shout out to all the volunteers that are hard this fall to help me get a few more shout outs for the Q4 meeting. So thank you very much. We have no new members here in CD1.
Excellent. And then from the 2nd CD, Sandra Brandt.
Good morning, Democrats from the 2nd Congressional District, which were fabulous. We're working hard to get our statewide ticket elected, as well as our House of Delegates members across the state and local constitutional officers. We're moving forward. We're fantastic, and we have no new members.
Thank you, Sandra. From the 3rd, Delegate Clint Jenkins.
Good morning. The 3rd CD, home of Congressman Bobby Scott, second to none, no new members.
4th CD, Delegate LaSharice Aird. Was my audio working there? From the 4th CD, Delegate LaSharice Aird. We may swing back to the 4th if that's all right. From the 5th CD, Suzanne Long.
Hello, I'm here on audio. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Great. I just wanted to say greetings from the 5th, but I do have some membership information that I would like to share with the body. I am sad to report the recent passing of our 5th District Democratic friends, Chris Daniel, former chair of the Danville Democratic Committee, and Henry Hank Davis, longtime district committee member and member of the Pittsylvania Democratic Committee. We are really sad to see these friends go, and I ask the membership to keep their families close in your hearts. Also want a point of personal privilege to ask for your prayers for my local chair of the Madison Democratic Committee, Ren LaValle. Many of you know Ren. He's also a member of the Central Committee. Ren's mother was in a horrific auto accident on Thursday, and she is in the ICU at UVA. The doctors are cautiously optimistic for her recovery, but needless to say, Ren is going through quite a struggle right now. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I have no other membership information to share.
Thank you, Suzanne. And I think certainly the larger Democratic Party of Virginia family is with you all in the 5th right now with those losses. And certainly we'll keep Ren in our thoughts. From the 6th CD, Kim Crump, and I know we have quite a few additions.
We do. Good morning. Good morning from the 6th CD. We're excited about the beautiful fall weather here in the Shenandoah Valley and this fantastic election we're going to have in November. I do have 2 resignations, Ben Shepherd of Roanoke County and Emma Bador Highland of Rockingham County. And I'm happy to add 3 fantastic new members, Lily Franklin of Roanoke County, Billy Gorman of Roanoke County, and Lindley Thorne of Rockingham County. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then from the 7th CD, Abby Easter.
Good morning from the sunny 7th, home of the absolutely fantastic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger and an incredible number of dedicated candidates and delegates that we are going to re-elect. We have no changes.
Thank you, Abby. From the 8th CD, Margot Horner.
Thank you. Welcome, Virginia Democrats. I am Margot Horner, proud chair of the 8th Congressional District. The 8th District is home to senior U.S. Senator Mark Warner, Congressman Don Beyer, Senate Majority Leader Dick Saslaw, House Majority Leader Charnel Herring, House Democratic Caucus Chair Rip Sullivan, and many other great Democratic office holders. And we are so very proud to have many military veterans and their families in our Commonwealth. Participating in this virtual Q3 State Central Committee meeting in this challenging global health crisis and time of economic uncertainty, we are looking forward to, along with other Virginians, to first electing Terry McAuliffe, Halalaya, and Mark Herring. Second, keeping the Democratic majority in the House of Delegates. Third, voting for Democrats in down ballot races. Let's keep Virginia blue, and always may our Virginia Democratic Blue family stay safe and well. And we have one new member, Maureen Coffey, president of the Virginia Young Democrats, a chair that Isaac held in the past, who moved from the 5th CD to the 8th CD. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you, Margot. And then we'll go to the 9th CD, Gary Hancock.
Well, greetings from Southwest Virginia, the fighting 9th. I certainly want to lift up the names this morning of Delegate Chris Hurst and Senator John Edwards. I hope there'll be other names to lift up to you at our fourth quarter meeting, including Derek Kitts, who's running for the House of Delegates and led us in the pledge this morning. I certainly want to thank everyone for their support of our Acres of Democrats event, which was a month ago. We appreciate all that. We have no new names to submit to you this morning.
From the 10th CD, Zach Perkowski.
Hi, yeah, good morning from the 10th CD, home of Attorney General Mark Herring and Congresswoman Jennifer Wexton. We have one new member, Delegate Suha Subramanian.
From the 11th, Bob Haley.
Good morning. Good morning. Again, I'm Bob Haley, the chair of the 11th CD. Pleased to provide this roll call. The 11th CD, the home of the great Congressman Jerry Connolly, the fantastic speaker Eileen Philicorn, and the soon-to-be Lieutenant Governor, the wonderful Hala Ayala, and home to three great jurisdictions: Fairfax County, Prince William County, and Fairfax City. Proudly announces the presence of, we're over 20 members at this Q3 Central meeting. And then later at this evening at the 2021 Blue Commonwealth Gala, I have two names, Donna Ronstadt heading up the DPVA Election Protection Council, and Owen Williams, a high school chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. And I want to circle back to the 4th CD. I think we have Delegate Aird with us.
Good morning, everyone. So sorry for the delay. Delegate LaSharice Aird, proud chair of the Fired Up and Fighting 4th Congressional District Committee, home of United States Senator Tim Kaine, United States Congressman Donald McEachin, so many other amazing leaders. And we look forward to fighting to get our statewide ticket elected, along with a number of great state representatives. We have no new members. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. And Madam Chair, I'm pleased to report we have a very healthy quorum. And I would also seek a motion to reflect the new members. Since Maureen's ex officio, we won't need to add her again, but to add Lindley Thorne, Billy Gorman, and Lily Franklin to the membership rolls.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
I saw Bob Zwick make the first, and I heard a second. Was that Sandra?
Yes.
All right. So all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed of these fantastic members? Hearing none, the ayes have it. Welcome aboard. We're glad to have you in the family. And with that, I'll turn it back to you, Madam Chair. And there may be a brief cameo from someone who is squeaking in the background.
Oh, let's see that cameo. Looky there.
Growing quick. He's
Let's
6
see it,
months next
Pops.
week.
Oh, he's a cutie.
Bravo.
He is. Yay.
Thank y'all. Have a great day.
Demo tot.
Yeah. Gayleen's behind me. So she was like, is that Isaac's son? I'm like, no, that's a child he just scooped up off the street. Hey, welcome. I just want to say, especially as a resident of the 6th Congressional District and proud to be under Kim Crump's 6th District leadership, that's a great, those three folks, great add-ins. So welcome. Welcome to you all. And, you know, the 6th District is a little tough, like the 9th sometimes to be a Democrat. But I tell you what, we've got good committees and good committee people and working hard. And I know that you all have heard me say several times, a vote is a vote, no matter where it comes from. So we appreciate everything that everybody is doing to get out to vote. As you heard Governor McAuliffe said, it's early vote and turnout right now. That is where we are. But welcome to the new members. And next up is, I guess we officially have to adopt the agenda and the minutes, which were sent to you prior. So is there, would there be somebody?
So
like
moved.
motion?
Second.
Bob? Second from Deanna Bayer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there anybody opposed to the minutes or the agenda? All right. Thank you. And now I would like to turn it over, and this is what I said last night. And I was copying Isaac's, language yesterday, but I think it's very fitting to our treasurer, Barbara Clear, for a very robust treasurer's report.
Well, good morning, Madam Chair and fellow Democrats. And I know that we are all going to be emulating the 9th District, and we are going to be fighting through November 2nd. The 9th gives us such energy in our Commonwealth. We just have a most excellent report. I just can't praise the staff hard enough for all the hard work they do to pivot, as they've been constantly doing over the last almost 2 years now, to keep this money rolling in, and it just keeps our coffers looking very robust. So for the third quarter, just in the third quarter, we had budgeted at $692,688, and this is for revenue, and we brought in $696,224 for a positive difference of $3,500. And I might add that for our federal revenue for the total year 2021, we had budgeted $1,057,000, and with 3.5 months to go, we are only $57,000 from that goal. So that's very excellent. For our expenditures, we budgeted $745,037 for the quarter, and the quarter to date, we've only spent $577,375 for a deficit, which is good in expenditures, of $167,662. And of course, that a lot is due to some of the money that we did not have to outlay for the Blue Commonwealth Gala. I want to let everyone know that the Budget Committee continues to do a yeoman's job, meeting monthly and providing assistance to DPDA staff. And I want to thank Chris Little for his leadership there. And our COO, Elise Bess, continues to keep us in good stead and keeps all of us straight and files all campaign finance reports on time. And that's both federal and state. And in the third quarter, the DPDA has raised nearly $700,000. And our finance team and our digital people are just totally responsible for that. And of course, the hard work of our chair, who probably never takes the cell phone from her ear as she's busy making those critical phone calls. So Madam Chair, that is my report. I couldn't be happier with the work and the effort by staff and the numbers that we are showing for this third quarter.
Thank you, Barbara, and thank you for acknowledging the staff. I think everybody on this phone will agree that we have the best staff for state party in the country. And we have been really happy to be able to add to our staff and up things like our digital program and be on the creative cutting edge of things. And thank you all for working with us on that. But I also want to thank you. Yeah, I've made a lot of calls and the finance team has made a lot of calls to make this happen, but so have you all. And whether the donors are big, in between, or small, they matter to us. And they are helping us hit our goals and be able to fund key critical programs that we need to get every Democrat across the finish line on November 2nd. So it's truly a team effort. And I couldn't be more proud of what we as a Democratic Party family are doing. So thank you. Andrew had got pulled away for something. So I'm going to go right into a chair's report, which will be brief, because honestly, you all know what we have to do right now, right? I really wish, and I'm happy that Gayleen's here in the background, my first vice chair, and Takeen is here in the background. I got a few folks with us, but I know I was like you all and really looking forward to having an in-person Blue Commonwealth Gala. And we thought by planning it in September that we would be in a good spot. But because of, people that tout anti-vaccine and you don't have to mask rhetoric like Glenn Youngkin, we're not. And I appreciate every one of you all, though, who helped us pivot to do this event virtual tonight and help us, make it work. Nothing would have made me happier than to see you all in person and hopefully give you a hug here someday, because we are a family. But a lot's at stake. And I just appreciate the fact that you're like the staff here. You didn't miss a beat. You just didn't roll your eyes. You didn't go to a corner and decide and, start sucking your thumb. You're just like, this election's important. We're going to do what we have to do, and we understand. So I thank you for helping us keep Virginia Democrats and all Virginians safe and healthy, and make sure that our economy stays strong. So once again, you've risen to the occasion, and I'm not going to say this is the most important election in our country in a lifetime, but what I am going to say, this is the most important election Virginia has ever had. We have worked, you all have been there with me, with our candidates, as we have won the trifecta, and as we have built a new and better Virginia, and too much is at stake to let that go back. And we know the second, if the Republicans were to win, we would have a Texas-style abortion law here in Virginia. All of the voting rights that we have expanded and made more accessible, that are so critical to us, would be wiped away. All of the healthcare gains would be wiped away. I mean, you've got Glenn Youngkin, who was saying the American Rescue Plan was a mistake, and that he didn't support Medicaid expansion. I mean, there are stark differences. Don't need to tell you about our nominee, Terry McAuliffe, because you know what he did before. And good Lord have mercy, could you imagine what he would do with the Democratic House and Senate? Because everything he got done was with a Republican House and Senate who tried to stonewall him every step of the way. So I thank you very much for what you've done. I echo Terry on the early vote. I will want to shout out to Joni Ivey, and who everybody knows, and Gayleen here, who put the idea in our head to do early Sunday vote. And so Delegate Lamont Bagby sponsored that bill, and it passed, and it gave localities the options to do Sunday vote. So in many of our key urban localities, particularly, we are doing that. And that's an extra program that we are very excited about. These are all things that are just going to get wiped away if Glenn Youngkin and his ticket would happen to win. Okay, what's going on? Too many laptops and too many sound machines here. Okay, and I'm going to close and say, I wish that we had time and were creative enough, because I would love to have had like a little video map of Jack Foley, which used to be in the Penske. You all know Jack, our deputy political director, but he had a Penske truck he was driving around, but it's in the shop right now, and it's going to be wrapped around, and it's going to be a ticket truck with Terry McAuliffe, Virginia Dems, Terry McAuliffe, Hala Yala, Mark Herring, kind of like we had the Joe Biden one last year. But Jack has been, I would just love to just have a little video thing that showed everywhere he has been the last 10 days, driving around Virginia, delivering yard signs. Got to see a lot of pretty parts of the Commonwealth, but that's a hard job too. And lifting up all those wickets and yard signs is kind of heavy. So I think I think he's, built up some muscle from that. But if you see Jack or have a chance to shoot him an email, or if you need a yard sign, email Jack, but he's done some really great work on that. So anyway, we have 38 days left. You know what Terry said about sleeping when you're dead. I just we want to leave nothing on the table. Anything that we can do here at the party to be helpful to you, we're here for you. Please reach out to us, and we're trying to get out more now that, things are not like last year where everything was, totally virtual. We are trying to get out and about a little more, and I look forward to seeing you perhaps then on the campaign trail. With that next, let's see, I will go to the officers' reports. And I think Mark Bukowski is out doing something maybe related to his election campaign for school board this morning. And I believe, Ty King, you're the vice chair resolutions or your own resolutions? So he is been tapped to give the report. So I'll turn it, I should go mute then and turn it over to you.
Good morning, everyone. You all should have received a copy of the resolutions for this quarter. I know there's someone who wanted to speak to one of the resolutions of memorandum. Suzanne and Margo. We can start with Margo, and then we'll follow with Suzanne, Chair of the Fifth.
Hi, this is Margo Horner, Chair of the 8th District. I'm going to extend this great honor to Clarence Tong, who worked very hard on, he and his team must always think about teams and how it's just not one person, it's always a group of people. But Clarence had a fantastic group of folks from Alexandria work on two very important resolutions, one relating to Virginia Tech and the Innovation Center, and the other relating to a longtime friend of mine. I've known him, well, I had known him for about 40 plus years and got involved with him and served in the General Assembly. And he was a great, great community activist. And I want to ask Clarence to say a few words. Clarence? Clarence had told me that he had joined, so.
Hi, Margo.
Okay, thank you. Will you take it from here?
Sure. Are we considering all three of those resolutions today, the two labor ones and for
I knew about the Virginia Tech Innovation one, and I think the other one is the Dick Hobson one, but let us clarify with the vice chair.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Well, first, on the two labor resolutions, the ADC has a labor caucus that is led by Russ Davis, who's a longtime national labor leader from AFGE, as well as Sean Casey, who is actually our Democratic nominee for sheriff, and he used to lead the police union in Alexandria. And for several years, starting from that effort that Republicans had to codify right to work in the Virginia Constitution, we've been very active, fighting for workers and their families. And the two resolutions that you've seen today are top priorities for us in Alexandria, and I imagine for many of you as well. One is relating to our Virginia Tech campus in Alexandria to urge like a kind of a prevailing wage, making sure that like the workers are paid fairly. And the second is relating to the national PROACT effort, where like it's a very important priority for workers to have the right to organize. And right now, Senator Warner is the only Virginia Democrat in Congress that hadn't signed on yet. So those were two top priorities for the Labor Caucus, and they worked hard. Margo also brought it before the 8th District Committee, and I know that many of your committees and CD committees also considered similar resolutions. So those are the labor resolutions today. With regards to our memorial resolution, earlier this year, a former delegate and longtime ADC member, Dick Hobson, passed away. He grew up in Alexandria, served on our committee for over 50 years, led our resolutions work. So many people know Dick and widely admired, respected, and like he has been very active in our committee all the way till really the time that we weren't able to physically meet due to COVID. So those are the 3 resolutions today, and I hope that you will all support them. Thanks.
Thank you, Margot and Clarence. Next, the 5th CD, I think Silene and Suzanne wanted to speak to the memorial resolutions for Chris Daniel and Hank Davis.
So this is Suzanne, and I just wanted to make sure that our members of the Central Committee, as well as our 5th District Committee members, realize that Hank Davis and Chris Daniel died within days of each other. We were able to put together a resolution. Thank you so much to Josh Norris, chair of the Danville Democrats, for Chris. I just want folks to know that our resolution for Hank Davis will come at our next quarterly meeting. We're not trying to ignore either one of them. They're very important Democrats in our district, and we will ask for your indulgence to honor both of them, one today and one at the next quarterly meeting.
Suzanne?
Yes, Celine.
This is Celine. I was able to submit the resolution for Hank Davis on time, so he is included in the resolutions package this time. I submitted
Wonderful.
both resolutions on behalf of the 5th.
Thank you very much. I did not see that message, so I appreciate it.
Thank you. Now, do we have a motion to accept the resolutions package?
So moved.
Second.
Do we need a name or are we okay?
Second. Toy Carrington seconds.
Thank you.
Celine made the motion.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Tuck. We'll get it right here in a second. Thanks, Takeen, for that report. And since we were talking about the PRO Act, I did want to mention that our great president of the Virginia AFL-CIO, DNC member and valued steering committee member and friend, Doris Kraus Mays, could not be with us this morning because you know what she's doing. She is out knocking doors. So I will just want to let you all know that. Let's see, I've got communications and technology up next. Ricardo, are you here?
I am here, Madam Chair.
Hey, I love your emails. Keep sending me those updates. They're very helpful.
Well, thank you. And that's actually one of my 4 items for this morning as part of my brief update. First of all, as we've already mentioned in this call, early voting has already begun. And so is our emphasis in using online tools to let people know where and when to vote. Most of us are using iwillvote.com, and if you're not, please use it. But iwillvote.com also has an extendable programming interface, which you can integrate to your own committee or caucus website. So I'll be sending out additional information of this integration the next couple of days through a technology working group emails. If you're not receiving these emails, please let me know. No, as soon as I finish here on this update, I'll post my email in the chat. As our chair also mentioned, we are looking for towards the new reality of doing kind of like more in-person events. One of those things is that last cycle, we pushed out, but very softly, a code repository for watch events. So this year we will be also pushing that out. The code is already available through our GitHub repository. And again, I'll be sending that URL through the chat once I finish my report. Now, the last 2 updates deal with cybersecurity issues, and I think that's what Madam Chair was also referring to. Some of you may have received an urgent notification from me to update your Apple iOS devices to the latest software. Even if you did not receive it, please make sure to upgrade your devices to the latest software. If you need specific instructions about how to do this, please, again, I will be posting my email in the chat, and feel free to reach out to me. That is very, very critical, especially this election cycle. We are still seeing continuous trends of trying to infiltrate to our infrastructure, but just safe best practices is just that it takes to make sure that that doesn't happen. And finally, even though we have seen a level of decrease in phishing emails, I do want to stress that our official email roster is available at the DPVA website, vademocrats.org. So please keep an eye out always when you're receiving emails and correspondence. I don't think there's like someone selling Valentine's Day cards or anything like that anymore, but it was unfortunately kind of like a trend for a while that people wanted to have discreet conversations, and emails were just really weird. And if you do see any sort of strange behavior, please feel free to notify us at security@vademocrats.org. So that's my brief update. And again, I appreciate the time to talk today.
Thanks, Ricardo. That's a great report. And I just want to mention, particularly for people that are newer to the committee, that just about ever since I've been chair, every couple of months, and this probably relates more to the steering committee than you all in general, the steering committee will get a bogus email from me. And if you look at it, it won't be my email address, but it will say something like, hey, it's Susan, I want to buy gift cards for Valentine's Day for the staff. Could you help me out? Or I'm stranded, the whole stranded and don't have any money. Could you help me out? I just want to remind you, those are never, I will never ask you something like that. And maybe just always check to see what the email address is. A lot of times it'll be like from the HON, Honorable Susan Swecker. That's not how I talk. So it's a continuing thing. So I guess they have some success in some places by doing that, but I did just want to mention it. And with that, we will have an update now from Tyler Bishop, our Vice Chair for Finance.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair. As mentioned, we'd all hoped to have an in-person Blue Commonwealth Gala, but we're confident we'll have one in 2022, and we'll be able to celebrate great victories that were made this November. Since June, the party has hosted fundraisers in Richmond, Chesterfield, Fredericksburg, and Norfolk, and also the 6th annual Barbara Johns Day, which was a great success. On the direct mail front, the party has raised $50,000 this quarter through our direct mail program, which is great. And as mentioned, the Q3 totals are nearly $700,000 total. So I want to thank the staff, Carrie Hamilton, and also want to mention we have a new Deputy Finance Director, Randy Sprinkle. Randy comes to us from stints with two of our great state senators, Jennifer McClellan and Jennifer Boysko, where he did some campaign work and also served as a legislative aide to Senator Boysko. So we're happy to have Randy on board, and want to thank Madam Chair for all the calls that she's been making on the fundraising front, and the staff for all their hard work. Thank you for that, Madam Chair.
That's a great report, Tyler. Thanks so much. And now I'm going to combine outreach and organization, as Senator Lucas is out doing campaign events this morning, I believe. But we do have our first vice chair for outreach. And as you know, I call her my wing woman. She came up here to be with us today. Gayleen Kanoyton. Take it away, Gayleen. Yeah.
Gayleen's muted. I'm just talking away. All right, y'all. I don't know about you, but I am fired up and ready to go. We have got to make sure that we fire up the base, and it starts with us. So I am even more excited that we have Sunday voting, souls to the polls. We got 24 localities in Virginia that have souls to the polls on Sunday. And it started September the 19th and it goes on to October the 24th. And being that the last 2 Sundays, you got a whole weekend of voting. So you can have activities and everything all that weekend. We'll send out the chart so you can see the localities that have it. And we're asking that localities that does not have Sunday vote to support the localities that does. So if they have events, go over to their events, because we're asking for marches, barbecues, gospel concerts, everything. So we want you to ask your neighboring localities who have Sunday vote, and then go in there and support them, because it's about power in the numbers, having us show up at the polls that day and numbers. And even if you voted already, show up that day, because anytime we get an extra day to vote, it is our responsibility to make sure we turn out to vote on that day. I had some people tell me, oh, we don't need Sunday voting. We turned out enough in the last election. Well, until we turn out 100%, we need to continue on turning out voters. So that's the bottom line to it all. And I'm dark again. Okay, that's the bottom line. So we want to make sure that we turn out votes. With that being said, I also want to say that we need to, Tuesday is National Voter Registration Day. So think about circulating the link for voter registration, getting people registered to vote. But not only is it important to register to vote, it's even more important to get people who are every registered voter to check their information in the system. People have been dropped from the voter file. So everyone needs to check their information on that as well. And also, if you know any 17-year-olds, they'll be 18 by November 2nd, let's register them too. So that's that. And then we have October 12th as our last day for voter registration, and we roll right into GOTV after that. So we have a lot going on. I want to give a shout out to Jara. Jara has been doing amazing training. I mean, I think she's done 70 trainings, over 70 trainings since she's been here. And she's been doing an amazing job on that. And we have recordings for that if you missed it. Also, shout out, look, you got to give a shout out to Jack. You know, Jack's been all over this Commonwealth, passing out signs, delivering signs with a happy face, a good attitude or whatever. So we want to get a shout out to him as well. And I can't say enough about our voter protection team. Jessica, Jascata, and Lauren, they are just awesome, 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 awesome. And so we need to make sure that we sign people up or get people to sign up for voter registration. Let me tell you something. This election is going to be challenged on every level. I know it is. We've already seen it. So we want to make sure that we have people on the voter protection team that are at our polls, precincts, and making sure that everything is fair, decent, and in order, and not letting the opposition saying we cheated. Because that's what's going to happen. Voter protection, if I can't tell you anything else is more exciting and more detrimental, is to have a strong voter protection team in your locality. I can't say enough about our staff, with Andrew and Sham and the whole staff. They've been working 24/7, and we've been trying to put things together to make sure that everyone have the tools that they need. And we've been calling all over, even with Jascata and all, we've been calling all over to make sure that we got Sunday voting. I'm known as the Sunday voter stalker because I was making sure we was going to get that. And so we have a great team, and we have a fabulous chair who's all over the Commonwealth doing press conferences and making sure that she rights the wrong that the opposition is saying. So we need to talk about our successes. That's what this election is about, our successes. We had the right people at the top of the ticket, the right people in the General Assembly, the right people, in the whole General Assembly, on the Senate and the House side for us to be able to be the first state in the South to abolish the death penalty, the first state in the South to have, have public racism as a public health crisis with funding to it, the first state in the South to legalize marijuana with decriminalization and an automatic expungement piece to it that's being worked on, and the first state in the country that has its own Voting Rights Act. I can't say this enough. I say it everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I say it, and you all need to say this too. And also, why this election is important, because Senator Mamie Locke has an amendment bill, SJ 272, that passed in this past General Assembly session. It has to pass in this next General Assembly session with the same verbiage in order to be a referendum in November of 2022. And when that happens, then anyone over 18 vote can't be suppressed. They can't take away our Sunday voting. They can't take away our early voting. They can't make us have photo ID. And what happened in Georgia and in Texas will not happen in Virginia. So I can tell you, with healthcare, everything is on the line, but voting is on the line for this election. Voting, our voting rights are on the line for this election. And that's what we need to be talking about. And we'll be sending this out to everyone as well. And I want to thank all of you. And I want to thank all of our fabulous chairs and CD chairs too, because everyone is working hard. But hey, we're in fourth quarter now, y'all. It's time for us to get fired up and fire up the base. And we have to win, win, win. Thank you.
I don't know too much what I can add after that rousing. If that didn't fire you up, I don't know what would. But Galen, you're right. Voting is key. I mean, democracy really is on the ballot, and I don't mean that in a frivolous, offhand way. People ask me, like, are you worried? Are you worried? And I'm like, I've been worried since election night of 2016. Are you crazy? Now, do I sleep better knowing that Joe Biden is in the White House? Yes, but we got this one more thing here to do. We got to make sure that we continue to move Virginia in the right direction. And that includes, like you just said, the opportunity to vote and making it easy and accessible is a basic principle and a tenet of our democracy, of our foundation. And with that, I want to point out, I'm loving reading the chat room this morning because there's so much good stuff that is going on. But Rose Chu in Fairfax, who been doing this for years and years and years, they have, she says they have 6 sample ballots in foreign languages, which is, again, incredible outreach to all Virginians. And so if anybody needs language or how to do a sample ballot in a different language, I would suggest you reach out to Rose Chu, because it sounds like she would be our best bet. But thank you, Rose, for leading that effort to make sure that Fairfax County folks know all the different options that they have. And now we have Andrew has finished whatever it was he was doing. So I'm going to ask him to give an executive director's update this morning.
Thanks, Susan. I appreciate it. I don't know how to follow Galen, so I'm a little bit mad that Galen did her thing. So because now I have to follow. What a great speech. I don't have a ton here. I do want to mention, we like as has been said before, DPVA staff has been doing a lot, and has met every single moment that has been thrown up against them, whether it be Jack. Driving and delivering literally at every corner in the Commonwealth, over 50,000 signs, whether it be Carrie and Randy, who have, when we had to pull Blue Commonwealth Gala virtually, everybody was nervous about what that would do to our budget, what that would do to just our finance report, and they've met that challenge. Elise is literally working, more than one job, I would argue. We are lucky to have such great staff at DPVA, and I can probably give an update that would last 30 minutes about all the stuff that DPVA staff are doing to meet these these challenges in these moments. But I'm not going to do that. I just want everybody to be aware whenever you see one of your DPVA staffers, out there, whether it be with Jack or whoever, make sure to thank them because they really are doing such great work. And what's great, and I said this last night at steering, Susan, we are not we are not shying away from taking on tough fights and tough challenges this time either. It's not like that we decided to downgrade or downsize our staff during this pandemic. It's not like that we decided to shirk away from challenges. No, we have met every single one of them. I think it's probably the largest staff that we've had since you've been chairwoman. We are really doing a lot of good work, and so I just can't thank the staff enough for it, and for all of you all for supporting it. Gayleen kind of mentioned it. She's been a really good rock for a lot of our staff, and so I just wanted to put that plug in here, Susan. Just about all the good stuff we're doing. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, or back over to you, to take it from here.
Thanks, Andrew, for that update and report. And I echo that. I think this is just the incredible staff. And thanks to the supportive folks on the call here, we've been able to hire as we have needed, like you said, creating new programs and looking at new ways of doing things. And so thanks everyone that has helped us to be able to do that. And, the support that you give them as well, because it's a tough job. There's a lot on the line. And so just letting them know every now and then that you appreciate them, or a little email to thank them, I know means a lot. I remember as a young staffer, before the email days, I used to appreciate a phone call to say that back in the ancient days. But now I see we have no new business on the agenda. I do have a couple of announcements, and Sham, let me know if I miss anything, or Gayleen, let me know. First of all, stay tuned for the Q4 meeting date. Really, really looking forward. Hope, knock on wood, that we can have it in person and get together. But we are looking at several dates in December. But as you know, we have to get it all coordinated with the State Chairs Association meeting and some other things. And so just bear with us a little bit, and we will try to get out to you in a week or two, that save the date notice, and hopefully it will be in person. But we'll be able to pivot no matter what. You can still have time to buy tickets to the BCG virtual event tonight at 7:00. And you didn't even have to buy a new dress or a new tie for this one. You can just sit in your home or outside on the porch, wherever, or get a group of friends together and watch it. So I know you know how to go. I think it's up on the website, right? If anybody wants to, or how do you do that?
For the reorg training?
No, for the BCG. We'll put it in that. BlueCommonwealthGala.com. That's pretty easy enough. And then I'm going to ask Sham to give a little report on this reorganization training on Thursday, because I have no idea what he's talking about there.
Hey, all. So part of, we've done a 4-part kind of training session for the last, 3 of them in the last 3 weeks. And then the 4th one is this coming Thursday. This one's going to be focused on reorganization and generally the timeline and what that looks like going into December, January, and February of next year. This is the first time that we've done steering central or central committee and local chairs at the same time. So we thought it'd be good to give everyone a refresher. It's also been a minute since we've had to do that. But we will send out a follow-up email with the link to register, just to make sure everyone has that, and we can do a longer deep dive on Thursday for what that's going to look like.
All right, thanks everybody. That concludes our business for today. I really look forward to seeing you out on the campaign trail, maybe with Jack in the Terry van. We'll see. I know I want to hang with Jack because I think he's the most popular person at DPVA right now. But Thank you all very much. And with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
Hey.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All righty. Thank you all very much. See you on the campaign trail and election night. Go fight, win.